everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we've got a pair of running backs who are hoping for plenty of touches to come their way. It's the Redskins going up against the Buccaneers. So let's get you over to Tampa as we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Sean Davis.
Now we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Washington Redskins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And off we go from Tampa. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now we see the starting 11 on offense coming out for Tampa. Jameis Winston, well, he had his team in the hunt down the stretch, but tough losses to New Orleans and Dallas sealed their fate. Still, though, finishing the season at 9-7.
And how about the individual records for him? The first quarterback over 4,000 yards his first 2 seasons in the NFL. That's pretty impressive right there. And I think he's right on the cusp of being a great quarterback. He has to eliminate some of those excess plays where he tries to do too much. Sometimes you just take the loss, cut your losses, and go on to the next down. In his case, he never gives up on a play. That's good and bad. But I know one thing. In Tampa Bay, you know what they say. Hashtag, we believe in Jameis.
And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. Great run by Martin. We saw it even better when last year, 85 yards, was the longest run by a running back a year ago.
And when you can run it that distance, you get to choose your own nickname. Doug Martin wants a nickname different from the one that people have given him. He can pick his own now. By the way, if you're wondering who had a longer run, Mariota had 87 yards last year on a run. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They run again on 1st down. Martin, room here to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 on the gain there. And it's good enough for a Tampa Bay first. What a terrific way to open things up in this game. They've established dominance early. And that's all teams talk about each and every week. Who's going to take control? Who's going to win the line of scrimmage? And who's going to get the running game going? And that's what they're doing. Because right now, they've tilted the field to where they are actually running downhill, as we like to say, and it's really hard for defenders to equal that out. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game. Now Winston looking for someone to throw to. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 2nd down. And one advantage for this offensive unit is the big target, Mike Evans. Play to his strength, his size and catch radius. Throw it up there, let him go get it. 8 yards to go here on 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. This will be caught at the 2. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Their big tight end from 13 yards out. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Just how they wanted to start this one, in the end zone on their first possession. And that just happened. How about that play right there? As you said, opening possession, setting the tone for everything. Now, I'm going to look forward a little bit now because everyone should be celebrating his catch in the end zone. The tight end gets a little bit of love.
But if you're a receiver on the team, you should be thinking to yourself, boy, oh boy, things are going to open up the rest of the game if they have to focus on him as well.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now ready to lead this Washington team, Kirk Cousins. And he led them this season almost to the playoffs, just shy of it at 8-7-1. He threw for nearly 5,000 yards. Best season as a pro, but I'm guessing he would trade those numbers for a playoff spot.
There's absolutely no doubt about that. And I thought that throughout this season, Kirk Cousins played some really good football. The numbers speak for themselves. The hard part is the last game of the year against the Giants. If they win that one, they get into the playoffs. They don't. So it leaves a question mark for some people about Kirk Cousins and his future in Washington as the starter. To me, he should be the starter going forward.
He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time, and that'll bring up second down. This offense, here are the starters. It features a very speedy wide receiver, a Duke Blue Devil, Jamison Crowder.
Exactly right, and we're not talking about hoops. We're talking about a slot receiver who knows how to run all the routes so well and really is crafty beyond his years.
This is the first carry for Rob Kelly. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down. On the defensive side of the football for the Bucs, here's the lineup. You know, you look at last year, 2016, 23 points a game, right in the middle of the league, but improved, I think. How do they look going forward?
Well, they did improve, and they improved throughout the second half of the year. They focused on communication. They cut down some of the stuff they were doing defensively, made it simpler, and they played a lot faster. And look, Gerald McCoy is a terrific player on the defensive line. You got linebackers that can run in Levante David and Quan Alexander. And I thought that Keith Tandy really emerged as a safety for them down the stretch and made some big-time plays.
Cousins. And he fires one, but incomplete. He was trying to get it there to Vernon Davis, the tight end. And now it's 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
With it is Jackson. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So the ball switches back over to Tampa Bay, and as they get set in place on offense, Charles, talk about the running game and the O-line, where they stack up going into next year, because Doug Martin was only active for 8 games this last season. Rushing total dropped down to 400 yards, basically.
Yeah, they were fortunate they picked up Jaquiz Rodgers during the year, and he gave them some nice games throughout, but I start with the offensive line. They've got some good building blocks. Left tackle Donovan Smith, guard Ali Marpet. Great places to begin. I think they'll continue to try and fortify that offensive line because that will help whoever becomes their primary ball carrier.
And here is the Redskin defense.
Whenever we talk about Zach Brown, the first thing that comes to mind is speed. He can absolutely fly at the linebacker position.
Second down, 8. They come out here in the eye. On second down, Martin. And some room to roam now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
The reason that counter and misdirection plays work so well is that usually you've given them a reason to think that everything's going to the direction that starts initially. You've run that type of a play throughout the game. You've given them that look. And now you're going to counter things and bring it back the other way. Almost a tendency breaker at times. And a lot of it is making sure that you have an illusion, almost like a magician. Look over here, but the play is actually happening over there, and that's where a running back's vision comes into play. See the hole in a place where people don't expect and get there with some speed. And that's exactly what he did on that play.
So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Ready, 22, 22.
Now Jameis on second down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. Here's Winston. Goes underneath to Martin. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out. To your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ryan Kerrigan not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now Rodgers. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
We got trips over here. Trips over here. Ready.
Winston now from the 50. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
On 4th down, the Bucs will call on Anger. Brian Anger to punt it away. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. They'll pitch it to Kelly. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. They got the ball to the outer third of the field, but they could not seal that edge and lost yardage.
And I love how you brought that up, because sealing the edge is often a function of The offensive tackle on the line of scrimmage, oftentimes a tight end, maybe your H-back, someone to set the edge at the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to get to. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to turn the corner.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Jackson. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Well, from the safety of our booth, I think it's okay after that run that I called still the name that maybe he's not too crazy about, the muscle hamster.
Yeah, his teammates at Boise State called him that. He doesn't like that, though.
He hates that name.
He told us he prefers, and he told the world he prefers Duggernaut.
It's always tough when you come up with your own nickname.
It doesn't stick.
I hope it works for him, but I have my doubt.
We're going muscle hamster here in the booth. They run it again with Martin. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Winston on 3rd and 2. Complete, he finds Bray, and he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run. Martin. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at him with the same play, the same.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jaquez Rodgers from a yard out. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is what he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. We get a glance at the Buccaneer defense as they file into position. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew. So they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out. Gave a little momentum to their offense. And said, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And that defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
1/4, back live. Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Second down, Cousins. Fighting through. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down. 3rd and 5. To throw is Cousins. Now this is brought in by Pryor. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
The screen was executed and completed, but where's the worry on the play? How many times is a quarterback going to get hit? Because offensive linemen have to do an acting job of making sure it looks like they're whiffing on blocks. But you got to slow them down a little bit, because if you don't, that's a lot of big guys coming at your quarterback in a big, fast way. And boy, he can get hurt. When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Cousins now from the 50. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Well, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play, because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep. This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Again, it's Martin. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
Winston gives to the tailback, Martin. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. One receiver left, 3 to the right. On 3rd down, Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's 4th down.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Here's Brian Anger now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Now it's Crowder. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know this.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. This is Kelly. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. They go play action. Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. William Golston in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And the box with an extra defender in the second. third down. Play fake. Cousins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.